Let's talk for a moment about team morale. I recently had a few people ask me about this. They said, with all the things that are going on in the world today, how can we get our teams to really rally back like they used to be? I mean, I remember the days back when we were all in the office and everybody used to want to really get to know each other and work together and form well formed teams and understand each other. But today it's almost like in fear of, oh, I might lose my job. You see people doing some pretty cutthroat actions. You see some things not going as planned. So in this episode, I thought I'd talk a little bit about team morale, what it is, how we can get there, what we can do to improve it. How do you know it's low? Let's roll. So team morale indicates how willing members are to push in the face of difficulties. So they need to move on. Teams with high morale find their work meaningful and feel motivated to work together. High morale is a buffer against inevitable setbacks and burnout, and a great indicator of the atmosphere of the team. So, what can you do when team morale is low? What do you do? I hope that you'll start by understanding who the team is and figuring out what you can do to really get teams to rally around the different short format things that they can do to make a difference. So let's talk about something like a sprint retrospective. If you start a dialogue in your team and begin improvement there, you can think about things like it's like liberating structures. So things like conversation cafe, Troika Consulting, discovery and action dialogue. Pick something that's going to work and take it away. Pick a technique that you're going to use and find ways to make small improvements that are actionable and impactful that are going to last, instead of focusing all of your attention on trying to do these large scale monumental things. It works a lot better that way. So if you want to dig deeper with your team, you can do some of these extensive do-it-yourself, figure-it-out workshops, or go and get a whole bunch of templates from Miro or Mural and figure it out that way. But what we found to work best is to find out where the team sits. So how do you do that? Well, the easiest way is to take a short survey. I know it sounds crazy, but use a data-driven approach. If you haven't already done so, take a team survey. Use the data of the survey as input for the retrospective. You can bring the data with you or use it to inform your decision to pick team morale as a topic of focus. And that way the team doesn't feel like, oh, brother, this whole morale thing again, here we go, right? So if you have a database scientific model for what makes Scrum teams more effective than others, it helps them get through this morale issue. Teams are most effective when their stakeholders are happy, when they deliver a lot of value, when their team members experience high morale. Based on data from over 2,000 teams from across the globe, I've identified 5 high-level factors and 19 sub-factors that contribute to teams' effectiveness. So when you score low in one area, the model offers guidance on what to do or what to invest in. For example, if morale is low, you're bound to benefit from increasing your responsiveness and stakeholder concern. If those are hard, you can work on improving team autonomy, management support, and continual improvement. So if you know which button is already pressed, you can figure out what other buttons you need to press to deactivate that button, if that makes any sense to you. So the next question is, well, we're all online, so how do we do this with all of us working remote? That's a common question I get. Liberating Structures works well virtually. They allow you to unleash and involve everyone. What's exceptionally important, however, is that you have the right tools, because liberating structures are fundamentally about breaking down large group interactions into smaller groups. So you need tools that allow you to create sub-channels and breakout rooms easily. Zoom's ideal for this. I love Zoom. Similar features are available in tools like Teams or GoToMeeting. We also recommend using some type of virtual whiteboard. My 2 favorites are Mural and Miro. You could use Google Slides. I guess you can force feed Slack or Discord to work, but the ones that I recommend right away are Mural or Miro, and out of those 2, Miro. So lots of things you can do there. So let's start by talking about Conversation Cafe. I brought it up before. Many people said, hey, what's that? So Conversation Cafe encourages people to listen and understand each other's perspective on a profound shared topic or a challenge instead of trying to convince or persuade others to see it your way. So sitting in a circle with a simple set of agreements and a talking object, small groups engage in constructive rounds of dialogue. Conversation Cafe invites people to listen to one another's thoughts and reflect together on a shared challenge. So you might do 4 rounds. Round 1. What have you noticed about the morale of the team? What do we learn from the results? And that seems to be, and what seems to be influencing our morale? What's causing us to feel this way? Round 2. What are new thoughts or feelings after having listened to everyone in the first round? Round 3. What does this mean for us as we work together as a team? And how do we deliver value to our stakeholders? And then finally, round 4. Now, where do we go from here? Where do we have freedom and autonomy as a team to improve? If you notice, this follows the GROW framework. So what is our goal? What is our reality? What are our options or opportunities? And what will we do now to make a difference? So if you look at it from that perspective, it really does make sense, right? It really does click. So Conversation Cafe is a great way to do it. So I'm not going to go through all the detailed steps, but if anyone wants a set of detailed steps, feel free to drop me an email. I'll be happy to send you. Okay. The next one I talked about was Troika Consulting. Now, this is one that I recently learned about. I never knew the name of it, I should say, but I did know what it was. So it's another liberating structure that helps people gain insights into issues they face and unleash local wisdom for addressing them. So in rapid rounds of what's called consultations, individuals ask for help and get advice immediately from 2 other people. So you break everyone into rounds of 3 and you get immediate quick advice. This one I like, especially for solving interpersonal problems within a team, because it gets people talking to each other. It's just a quick, solving, fast, hard-hitting way to solve those types of problems. Brilliant, I might add. Option 3 was discover and action dialogue. As the name states, this structure takes the shape of structured dialogue. It helps groups carefully analyze the problem, potential solutions, how everyone can contribute to both. It also builds helpful problem-solving skills in groups by providing them a useful structure to think about the challenges in general. So in these, you'd ask questions like, how do you know when morale on a team is low? How do you contribute effectively to improve morale on a team? What prevents you from doing this or taking these actions all the time? Do you know anybody who is able to frequently solve the problem and overcome barriers? What behaviors or practices have made success possible in the past? What ideas do you have? What needs to be done to make it happen? Do we have any volunteers to help get it started? And I think that when you start asking these questions, the answers will come and it'll start to make more sense to you. So I think the key to successful improvement is to take one small actionable step at a time. Don't try to change everything. Identify one frustration, which everyone says, that's the way it works. That's just the way it works in this organization. Work together to create a small step in the direction of challenging the status quo and getting those types of things fixed. Use your next sprint review to celebrate the success you've achieved as a team. Invite your stakeholders so they can see those successes. And then during the next sprint, work with your product owner to write down a product goal on a large banner type thing and put it visibly, either in your team room or online somewhere where everyone can see it. And I think that if you do those things, that's going to really help you understand morale better and get your head around why teams feel the way they do. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have another question about morale or if you want some of those details, feel free to reach out to me. Learn more at AgileDad.com. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care. Bye now.